Excited to do another TDD challenge from Exercism.io. This time we're doing leap in TypeScript. Let's go. Alright, let's get into it. So here on the left I just have a brand new shell terminal on Mac. And here on the right, I have the question leap on Exercism.io. Went to language tracks, and then TypeScript. And this is from the V2 version of Exercism, so I'm not sure if you'll even be able to see this in this way when you're doing this problem. But anyway, it's a good problem. So basically, you're calculating if it's a leap year or not, and it is a leap year on years that are divisible by 4, except those that are divisible by 100, unless it's also divisible by 400. Okay, and then we see that we're using yarn here. So, like always, we can just copy this, paste it in here, and now this will download the project locally, and it downloads it to here, so we can just move into this folder, and I'll just open this in VS Code. Here, let me just make this nice here, and let's just, I like to use version 12, because that's kind of what's new right now, or modern, I guess, recent. It's not necessarily the newest. But anyway, I'm just going to do npm install because I need to do that. And now let's look at the files that we have here. So this is what's so nice about Exercism. Every exercise is a little mini project with unit testing set up and the tests written for you. So it's a great way to learn. And now you can run npm test to run the test. Let's just split this one and open up the source. Now these are all x'd out. You can see these exit. And so what I like to do, just to speed up development a little bit, is put exit in here and just leave this open so that when we want to move down, we can just hit replace and change these. Another nifty little tip is to do npm test -- 2 dashes means pass the next thing into the command that you're running when you do npm test. And then we do -- watch. So now we should be able to run these in watch mode, although we're getting a TypeScript error. That year is declared, but its value is never read. So one thing you can do here is just throw an underscore here, and now the TypeScript compile will be okay with that. Should be. And we're getting our first test passing, so this should be falsy. It's calling the function is leap year and expecting. So we're not even doing anything, but we can return false here. That should still work. Yep. And now, if we go through and just comment that and hit Control S to save. So, we want 2016 to be truthy, right? So let me just go back to the question. It was saying if the year is divisible by 4, then we want it to be truthy. So let's just do an if statement just for now, just to keep things simple as we kind of work through the logic here. So I'm going to say if the year, and now if we do modulo 4, this means the remainder after you divide year by 4. If that's equal to 0, then we can return true. And this does work. Okay. But we don't want to do this if it returns 100, right? So now let's see if this one fails, which it does. So now I'm going to say if year mod 100 is 0, then we're going to return false. And keep in mind that we are, because this is only one expression, this is the same as doing it with brackets. If we had multiple things in here that we wanted to do, then we would need to use these brackets, but because it's only one, what am I trying to say? If you don't use brackets, then it will read the very next expression as the thing to do when this if condition happens, even if it's over here, right? So, yeah. Indentation doesn't matter to the compiler, but you should have it. Control-Shift-F just to use whatever formatter you have in VS Code to make your code look nice is always a good thing to do. So let's keep going here. If it's 400, also this underscore, we can take this off. Underscores generally means that you don't care about this variable, and we're using it here, so we do care about it. So I'm going to say the 400 mod, and this one we want to return true. Okay? And let's continue going through these tests. And I like to just go through one at a time and change them over to it. And yay. So this is actually a solution that works. And we know that it works. We're done. Although, are we actually done? Because this is true. If you wanted to go with just the fewest possible number of characters, I think we could even do this. Equality check still works. Another thing to remember is that these are basically just predicates, right? Things that return true or false. And even this function up here, since we are in TypeScript, I should probably explicitly say that this is returning Boolean, and the tests all still work fine. But what I was getting at before is that we can explicitly say return true, or we could just say return this. Return this. And that's kind of what we're saying here. Do this. Otherwise, continue on and do this. So maybe we could say year's 400 there, or what other cases do we want it to be true? We want it to be true now when the year is divisible, when the year mod 4 is 0, and this is not 100, right? So I'm going to say, or this, and year is not equal to 100. And now this I don't even need at all. And if I save that, the tests are running again, and they work. If you want to maybe wrap these in parentheses because you think it makes it easier to read, you can do that. You can even wrap them. You could keep wrapping them in parentheses all day, and it's the same thing, right? And we know that because our tests are still passing, right? That's why I love TDD. And notice we didn't have to even write any of these tests. We have it here set up for us already. Thank you, Exorcism, track maintainers. Let's just delete this. We have a nice little one-liner of logic here. We can see, right, we have a package JSON. This is a full Node.js project with dependencies. We're using Jest, really nice test runner. That's what makes TDD with TypeScript one of the things that make it so nice. Just a few tests here, linting and testing. We can run the lint just to see, although this may be, yeah, so linting is fine. And cool. So then when you're at this stage, you want to submit your solution, you just say exorcism submit, and then use tab to complete the file. So weak TS, and then it's submitted. We can go see it here, and there it is. Cool. So, I hope you like this video and are inspired to do more exorcism problems in TypeScript. And write unit tests, practice TDD, because it's so nice when you have just a list of green check marks and you're really confident that your code works, and you push it and you go home and everyone's happy. So, have a good day. See you next time.